Well, I'm here at Sydney Airport and I want to show you something, because a lot of people think that this green and white sign is what is required to be used to show the location of an AED. In fact, it's not required, it's recommended by some organisations. The sign itself has been designed to comply with Australian standards and international standards, but there's nothing in workplace codes of practice that say a green and white sign must be used to show the location of an AED. In fact, the workplace codes of practice say that the location of an AED must be well signed so that people can find the AED. So whilst the green and white sign is recommended by some organisations, part of the nation recommends a bright yellow sign to denote the location of an AED. Why? Because it's different to and stands out from other green and white emergency signage, which the green and white AED sign has been designed to comply with. However, as I said, there's no need for an AED sign to comply with those standards. Now, the bright yellow sign is different to a green and white first aid sign. And as you see up here, the AED sign behind me confusingly shows a plus sign or a first aid sign as part of the AED sign. Now, that confusion is why I'm advocating for this yellow AED sign, not because I was the yellow wiggle, as some people might think. That is a coincidence. It just so happens that I believe that yellow separates an AED out from any confusion to do with first aid and other emergency signage. An AED, whilst it could be considered a piece of first aid equipment, is not the same as first aid. In fact, you don't have an AED in every first aid cabinet. First aid kits do not have to include an AED. So therefore, making a separate sign for an AED makes perfect sense.